Sorrento, where every road leads to the sea. If there is one place in Italy that makes people want to slow down and stay longer than they planned, it is Sorrento. Imagine standing on the edge of a towering cliff overlooking the sea. Below you, the waters of the Mediterranean shimmer beneath the sunlight. In the distance, the majestic silhouette of Mount Vesuvius rises above the horizon. The air is filled with the gentle scent of ripe lemons drifting from terraced groves that stretch across the hillsides. And behind you lie ancient streets that have witnessed centuries of history. This is Sorrento, a small town perched above the Bay of Naples, where beauty is not found in grand monuments or extravagant attractions, but in the perfect harmony of nature, history, and the relaxed rhythm of Mediterranean life. Italy is home to many world-famous cities. There is Rome, with the legacy of an ancient empire. There is Venice, with its romantic canals. And Florence, the birthplace of the Renaissance. Yet Sorrento offers something entirely different. People do not come here to rush from one attraction to another. They come to linger over a cup of espresso, to wander slowly through narrow, stone-paved streets, and to spend time gazing out over the sea while listening to the waves crash against the cliffs below. For thousands of years, this land has attracted Greek merchants, Roman nobles, and some of Europe's most powerful aristocratic families. According to ancient mythology, the waters surrounding Sorrento were once home to the sirens, the legendary creatures whose enchanting songs lured sailors toward the coast. Perhaps that is why the town still possesses a unique and irresistible charm today. A charm that convinces many visitors who plan to stay for only a day or two to extend their journey far longer than expected. What makes Sorrento truly special is that it is more than just a destination. It is a gateway to the dramatic cliffs and picturesque villages of the Amalfi Coast. A gateway to legendary islands scattered across the Mediterranean. A gateway to the footsteps of Roman emperors. And a gateway to one of the most famous volcanoes on Earth. In today's journey, we will discover why this small coastal town is often considered the heart of southern Italy. A place where every curve in the road reveals another breathtaking view. A place where history, culture, and nature come together beneath endless shades of Mediterranean blue. And a place where some of the most unforgettable adventures along the legendary Amalfi Coast begin. Long before it became one of southern Italy's most beloved destinations, Sorrento was already a favored retreat for Roman aristocrats more than 2,000 years ago. Today, despite welcoming millions of visitors each year, the town has managed to preserve the very qualities that captivated the ancient Romans. A rare blend of sea, mountains, and a way of life that seems untouched by time. Morning arrives gently in Sorrento. The first rays of sunlight spill across honey-colored rooftops perched on cliffs overlooking the Bay of Naples. From above, the town appears as a maze of narrow streets, terracotta roofs, and lemon groves cascading down the hillsides toward the sea. Few visitors realize that these lemon groves have shaped the identity of Sorrento for centuries. The region's famous lemons are known throughout Italy for their large size, thick, fragrant peels, and distinctive aroma, created by the unique combination of Mediterranean sunshine and the fertile volcanic soil enriched by nearby Mount Vesuvius. From these lemons comes limoncello, the iconic liqueur that has become a symbol of the entire Campania region. Yet to truly experience the soul of Sorrento, you have to step beyond the main squares and tourist routes. This is where everyday life unfolds much as it has for generations. Family-owned workshops stand beside small cafes. Artisans continue the centuries-old tradition of handcrafted wood inlay, a craft that has brought Sorrento international recognition since the 19th century. Flower-covered balconies overlook stone-paved lanes that have witnessed centuries of history. The farther you wander from the busy streets, the more authentic the town becomes. You may discover a hidden courtyard tucked behind ancient stone walls, a small medieval chapel quietly standing between old buildings, or an unexpected viewpoint opening onto the endless blue waters of the Mediterranean. Sorrento is not a destination that overwhelms you at first sight. It reveals itself slowly, through small details, through everyday moments, and through the feeling that behind every corner lies another story waiting to be discovered. Then the streets begin to descend toward the sea. The cliffs give way to the shoreline, and the world of fishermen begins. A place that has preserved the most authentic side of Sorrento for generations. Marina Grande. Leaving behind the bustling squares of central Sorrento, the road begins to wind its way down toward the shoreline. The sound of scooters and busy cafes gradually fades away. The aroma of coffee and freshly baked pastries is replaced by the scent of salt carried on the Mediterranean breeze. And then, beneath the towering cliffs of Sorrento, Marina Grande comes into view. Not glamorous, not luxurious, yet one of the most authentic places on the entire Amalfi Coast. And despite its name, this is not the Marina Grande of Capri. This is Sorrento's historic fishing village, a place that has preserved the character of southern Italy for centuries. Nestled beneath the cliffs of the Sorrentine Peninsula, Marina Grande has long been the town's connection to the sea. Long before tourism transformed Sorrento into an international destination, this small harbor was the center of local maritime life. Fishing boats came and went each day. Merchants crossed the Bay of Naples carrying goods and supplies, and generations of families built their lives around the rhythms of the Mediterranean. What makes Marina Grande remarkable is how little it has changed. While many coastal towns across Italy have evolved into luxury resorts and yacht destinations, this village continues to follow traditions that have endured for generations. Colorful wooden fishing boats still leave the harbor at dawn. Fishermen still head out into the bay before sunrise, and each evening they return with the day's catch from the waters of the Mediterranean. Here, fishing is more than a profession. It is a way of life. A tradition that existed long before tourism arrived. Walking through Marina Grande feels like stepping into a different era. There are no designer boutiques, no grand waterfront developments, only pastel-colored houses clustered around a small harbor, weathered fishing boats rocking gently on the water, and locals who still know one another by name. Along the waterfront, family-run restaurants line the harbor. Many have been passed down through 3 or 4 generations. Their menus are not determined by trends or celebrity chefs. Instead, they depend on what the sea provides each day. Fresh swordfish, octopus, squid caught only hours earlier. For many locals, this is where you find the finest seafood in Sorrento. Not in the elegant restaurants above the cliffs, but here, beside the boats where the fish first come ashore. Marina Grande is also one of the few places where the classic image of the Mediterranean still survives. Its narrow alleys, faded pastel facades, and traditional fishing boats have attracted filmmakers for decades. Directors have long been drawn to this village because it preserves a version of coastal Italy that many other destinations have lost. Yet the waters beyond Marina Grande hold even greater wonders. Out on the horizon, across the Bay of Naples, lies an island that has captivated Roman emperors, artists, writers, and European aristocrats for centuries. An island of dramatic cliffs, hidden sea caves, and crystal-clear waters. From the port of Sorrento, it is only a short ferry ride away, and soon we will arrive at one of the Mediterranean's most legendary destinations, Capri. Capri, the island that has captivated the world. Every morning, ferries depart from the port of Sorrento and glide across the open sea. Ahead lies the deep blue water of the Bay of Naples. Behind, the towering cliffs of the Sorrentine Peninsula slowly fade into the distance. Just over 20 minutes later, a silhouette begins to emerge on the horizon. That silhouette is Capri, a small island whose reputation far exceeds its size. For centuries, Capri has attracted Roman emperors, renowned artists, celebrated writers, and members of the international elite. But what makes Capri extraordinary is not its glamour. It is the almost perfect beauty that nature has bestowed upon it. As soon as the ferry arrives at Marina Grande, the island's main harbor, the first view is unforgettable. Whitewashed houses cling to the mountainside. Narrow, winding roads trace the rocky slopes. Seaside cafes overlook the sparkling Mediterranean. And above it all stretches a brilliant blue sky, almost entirely free of clouds. Many visitors rush toward Capri Town, the island's famous center. But the best way to truly appreciate Capri is from the sea. As the boat leaves the harbor and begins to circle the island, Capri reveals its most spectacular side. Towering white cliffs plunge dramatically into the water. Sea caves carved by millions of years of waves appear along the coastline. Narrow openings in the rock allow sunlight to filter through, creating mesmerizing shades of blue. Most impressive of all are the faraglioni, 3 massive rock formations rising from the sea like ancient guardians watching over the island. They have become the most recognizable symbol of Capri. Almost every postcard and travel photograph of the island features their iconic silhouette. Yet no image can fully capture the feeling of standing before these towering stone giants in the middle of the Mediterranean. With waves crashing against the rocks below and seabirds circling overhead, the experience is both humbling and awe-inspiring. Capri is also famous for its remarkable sea caves. Among them, none is more celebrated than the Grotta Azzurra, or Blue Grotto. Here, sunlight passes through an underwater opening and reflects upward into the cave. The entire chamber becomes illuminated by an otherworldly blue glow. The water appears to shine from within. Many visitors describe the experience as stepping into another world, a place suspended somewhere between reality and a dream. Yet Capri is more than just natural beauty. At the top of the island, elegant stone-paved streets wind through charming neighborhoods. Bougainvillea-covered gardens add splashes of color to the landscape. And in the piazzas, local residents still gather each afternoon to share stories and enjoy the slower rhythm of island life. Despite its worldwide fame, Capri has managed to preserve a piece of its authentic Mediterranean soul. Its beauty is never loud, it never needs to show off. And yet, it leaves a lasting impression on everyone fortunate enough to visit. As the last ferry departs from Capri and the island's cliffs slowly fade into the golden glow of the Mediterranean sunset, our journey also reaches its final pages. Yet perhaps the most memorable thing about Sorrento and the lands that surround it cannot be found in any single destination. What lingers long after the journey ends is the feeling of a place where history, nature, and human life have existed side by side for thousands of years. A place where small fishing villages still wake up with the sea, where lemon groves continue to perfume the hillsides, and where sunlit piazzas remain at the heart of everyday Mediterranean life. Each place tells its own story. And together, those stories have shaped the soul of southern Italy. Perhaps that is why millions of people are drawn here every year. Not only to admire its famous landscapes, but to experience a way of life that is becoming increasingly rare in the modern world. A way of life that still makes time for conversation, for a meal shared beside the sea, for an evening spent watching the sunset without feeling the need to rush. And when you finally leave, chances are you will not remember the name of every place you visited, but you will remember the blue of the Mediterranean, the sound of waves echoing beneath towering cliffs, the scent of lemons carried by the breeze, and the feeling of standing in one of the most beautiful coastal regions on Earth. Because some journeys end the moment we return home, but others continue to live in our memories long after they are over. And Sorrento is undoubtedly one of those places. Thank you for joining Untold Atlas on today's journey. If you enjoy breathtaking destinations, fascinating histories, and adventures that go beyond what maps usually tell us, don't forget to subscribe and join us for future explorations. And now, let us know in the comments, which destination from today's journey would you most like to visit? Capri, Ravello, Mount Vesuvius, or the peaceful streets of Sorrento itself? Until next time, thank you for watching. Another land awaits. Another culture awaits. And another story is waiting to be discovered.